every single episode. Clear out energy. Make space, make room for good energy. New energy. Yes. Okay. Just gonna set her down. Girl, I'm cute. Hello. This is the first episode of Bailey. Ooh, it's not Bailey Talks. You see, it was gonna be Bailey Talks, but I was like, no. Let me make it a little bit more general. So I said she. But I am going to be talking. So I could have probably said Bailey Talks because I am going to be, whatever. It's She Talks. Okay, cut. Hello. This is the first episode of Bailey Talks. Shit! Oh my God, I keep saying that. No, it's... I was so serious too. Okay, no, she. Boom, boom. Okay, let's do this. All right. I'm holding it like that. Oh my God. Hello. This is the first episode of She Talks. A lot. Honestly, it was how I came up with that name. It was pretty simple. I clearly had a hard time saying it correctly because it was supposed to be Bailey Talks first. And then I was like, well, let me just make it a little bit more simple. But honestly, I think I really forgot that I was gonna say it was Bailey Talks. And then I put the title as She Talks. And then I was like, well, I kind of already did it. So it's there. It's here. She's here. Yeah. But I like it though. I think it gives it a little bit more a broader something. So even though because I am talking, yes, this is she, Bailey, here, live in action. It's for you too, you know? It's for you too. It's for everybody that's listening or watching. It's for everyone. He, she, it. So, I wanted, before we go into our first episode, our first segment, I did want to piggyback or talk about my skit. That was honestly so fun to do. It took it actually didn't really take that long, but I am kind of like a perfectionist, so I did it over and over and over and over again. And even at that, it wasn't perfect, but I was like, you know what? I need to put something out. So we did, and even though I could see the flaws in it, I hope you guys really liked it. I kind of just one day just sat down and was like, what is this about? What should I put as the first skit, you know, or not a skit, but preview, because I've seen other podcasters or other podcast shows, they had a little preview, and I thought that was so cute. But they had a preview of the first episode, and I was like, no, let me give you a preview of what the whole thing is going to be about, what this mainly is going to be about. And that is really me walking my path. I want to also clear up, at the end of my skit, I said a couple of things, you know, talking about it or whatever. I want to clear that up a little bit. I had said that people are either healed or haven't healed. That's not true. That's not true. Because everybody's healing. Everybody heals from something, you know? Like, everyone heals from something. You hurt yourself, you're healing from that. You know, something happens to you and you don't want that to happen again, you heal from that. You're like, okay, I don't want this to happen again, so I'm gonna make sure this happen again. You know, but it's very surface level. I think a lot of people can heal, or if they haven't really gone on their journey to get to the best version of themselves, how they heal is very surface level. And like I said, a lot of things have happened to me in the past couple of months that really just shifted my world, shifted my everything. Everything just kind of like changed for me. And it really had me sit back and really think like, okay, you gotta go deeper. You have to go deeper, because there were a lot of things that really happened that really hurt me, that I have had before. This was a lesson that came back around. And you know, the funny thing with lessons is that when they come back around, if you haven't learned the first time as to why, you know, this happened to you, or why you allowed. Is it recording? Oh, it's still recording. Ooh, okay. If you haven't heard, the funny thing about a lesson is, if you didn't learn the first time everything that you needed to learn, once it comes back, because guarantee, baby, it's gonna come back, because it's gonna see if you actually learned. It always does. It always makes its rounds, okay? Because everybody can talk. You can talk big shit, because everybody does, okay? But action is where it counts. Action is where the universe is like, oh, okay, you said you was done with this type of situation. Oh, okay. Well, let me put it in your face again, and let's see what you do. Okay? And if you say, you know, you're like, no, I recognize that this is literally a same situation, or it's just simply just not serving me in the best way that it can, or something or a situation can, I'm gonna let this go. Thank you, but not for me. Then the universe is like, oh, okay, she really did glow up. She really did, okay. She really put her money where her mouth is. Okay, let me give her something better. But if you're like, oh, you know, I really don't want that anymore, like boop, 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 I swear I'm gonna be doing it different this time, boop, 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 all that stuff, right? Then when it comes around, making its rounds again, and you still continue to choose that same thing or that same person, yeah, it's worse. It's 10 times worse. Trust me, I know. So, going forward from that, everybody heals. Everybody heals in their own way. Everybody does, or everybody is on their healing journey. And one thing that I really thought was interesting about my podcast is that I am not starting from square one, but it is the beginning. This is the beginning for me. This is the first time in my life that I'm really looking at my feelings and being, okay, what is it that you want? What is it that you need, Bailey? Like, what is it? What is little Bailey inside saying? What is the problem? What are you neglecting? So let's fix that. Let's go deeper. Let's go deeper here, so we can find our true self. So we can find the best version of ourselves. I want to see her. Okay, I want to be her. I don't know about you, but I know about me. And honey, I'm gonna get there. Hell or high water, I'm gonna get there. And I really, really feel like this time around, I'm really on that path. Like, I really am walking to get her, walking on my yellow brick road, you know, and going to meet her, going to see her, going to embody her, going to be her. You know, I want to be aware of myself, consciously and subconsciously. I want to know everything that my subconscious knows, because quite frankly, your subconscious knows everything about you, everything. But it's like, are you willing to unlock those little doors or unlock those locks that you've put for yourself because of whatever situation? You're scared, or you're in survival mode, or it's just too hard to handle, or whatever the case may be. So I did a skit that I really loved. I loved doing that skit. It was so cute. And I literally just thought of it like maybe like an hour before I decided that I was going to make a skit. I was like, okay, let me just think about it. And at first I thought about a telephone, like an actual, like, you know, one of those like old telephones where you, what are they called? I think I'll insert something. Or the people that are in the podcast, I need to describe it. How do I describe this? Whatever. It's something that I was just gonna like literally just pick up. Not like an actual like new phone. It was gonna be a phone that was like from the 60s. Not the 60s. Ugh. Let's see. The 20s. There we go. Yeah, I think they had those phones at the 20s. Yeah. So like a 1920s phone. But we didn't have that. So we just had to use what we had, and we just had my handy dandy phone from this day and age. You know, I take pride and joy in being very confident, being very bodacious. I think that's the word. I just like that word, so hopefully that word fits, because I really like that word. Bodacious. Anyway, very, you know, eccentric and everything. And I do love me, right? I do love myself, but you kind of have to stop lying to you or giving yourself half truths. I tend to do that a lot, and that is one thing that I am very much working on, is giving myself the half truth, or kind of like sugarcoating the truth for myself. And one thing is like, oh yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, I love myself, but honey, it really, the truth, that's a sugar-coated truth, right? The truth is, I love parts of myself. The parts that I love them 110%. I love them like, oh, to the moon and back. But the parts that I don't even know that they're there. I'm like, who? She? Who's that? I don't know. We don't know her. It's like Neglect City. And I am getting to a point where I am starting to love all of me, getting to know all of me, giving myself a hug of all the little parts and the little kid that I just completely neglected. Giving her a hug now. Giving her a hug, be like, okay, I got you, girl. I got you. The little voice in your head that's like telling you, oh, you can't really do it. Oh, yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can do it. I am a Virgo. My sun sign is a Virgo. But I show up as a Leo because my rising sign is a Leo, and my Mercury, my Venus, and my Mars is in Leo. So big Leo energy here. But my sun sign is a Virgo. And one thing about Virgos is they need things to be perfect. There at least needs to be a plan in place. There needs to be something. And that I resonate with 110%. My mom, bless her heart, she has always been telling me that I need to start a YouTube. I need to start something where I am just like showing my personality, because I've always been me. And that's one thing, again, I love about myself, because I have always been me. So she was like, you need to make a YouTube video. You need to do this. You need to do that. You need to do more on this and this and that. And, a little part of me was like, yeah, but it's not going to be perfect. And that's why I really wouldn't start. Like, I would start and then I wouldn't finish. Or I wouldn't even just try in the first place. Because I was like, oh my God, I'm not going to be good at it. I'm not going to be great at it. But one thing you have to learn, and that I've had to learn kind of recently too, is that you got to just start. Just start. Because it will come a day where you will be really good at it, or where you will be fantastic at this. But you got to start, and you got to start somewhere. And that is the beautiful segue into our episode. Why the fuck not? Why the fuck not? Why not? Why not start that YouTube? Why not start that podcast? Why not take pictures of yourself multiple times a day and post them online all day? Why not record yourself making food, cooking videos? Why not? Why not? Why do we always stop ourselves? Why do we always think about other people? Or, oh my God, they're gonna think I'm too into myself, or they're gonna think this about me, or they're gonna think I'm stupid, or they're not gonna like, who cares? At the end of the day, who cares? If you like it, I love it. But if you want to do it, then do it. Because I guarantee you, those people that are actually saying that, those people that are actually really out here, really hating on what you're doing, is just upset and sad that they don't have enough strength to do it. Or they don't have enough strength to do the things that they actually want to do. If that's not exactly what they want to do. You just gotta go out here and do you, boo. Again, that is why I started this. Because I really was like, what? I asked the universe, what is it I really should be doing? Like, I know I could be doing more. What is it? What is it? Tell me. Show me. And podcasting just right in my head. And I was like, okay, I'm going to trust it. I'm going to trust this. Because another thing, I tend to not trust myself. And I'm starting to trust the process and trust me. Trust my instincts. Trust who I am. Let's open up that third eye and trust in the instincts. I think we as people, the instinctual part of us is kind of snuffed out or pushed down because we have to think logically, or we got to think about other people, or we got to do this and this and that. And usually your instinct, your first thought, or just something that you really feel is usually right. Or it's usually something you should be doing. So many people do what their parents say that they should do. or they go to that one school that their parents said that you need to go to, or they have, you know, and what I found is that they're miserable. If you really didn't want to go to school or just go to do that one thing, you say your parents are like, you have to be a doctor, and you have no desire to cut somebody open, but you go and go be a doctor, you go to school for 10 plus years and are a doctor, and now are miserable and hate your job because it's not really what you wanted to be doing. You really wanted to be selling clothes or stitching clothes. You really wanted to make clothes, be a designer. But no, you're sitting here. Where are you sitting? You're sitting here studying for the board, whichever board comes with being a doctor. You're sitting here studying for a board that you have no desire to do or to be, but you are only doing this simply because your parents told you you should do this, or your parents said they're making you, or this is what you should do because it's going to bring honor to the family, and if you don't, it will bring dishonor to the family. How could you do this to me? How could you? If your parents start saying that, you need to run. I mean, not like physically run from them, but you really need to separate what they're saying and what you actually want to do with your life. Separate it. Because who lives with you? You are the only person that lives with yourself. You are the only person that lives with yourself. At the end of the day, who do you die with? You die with your parents? Do you die with society? Do you die with your kids? No. You die with you. That's it. Like it. And if you live your whole life for other people, you are going to be the most miserable person in the world. So many people, like older people, say that what they regret is when they were younger, thinking or doing things because other people said that they should do it, or they wanted to have their approval. You never want to be sitting in just sitting in and be like, what am I doing with my life? My life is not my own. Once you start doing things for other people and living and making decisions for others' comfortability, your life is not your own anymore. And this is the only conscious life you have. I don't care what you believe in. You can believe in heaven and hell. You can believe in that we get reincarnated. You can believe in all of that. I don't give a shit. But this is the only conscious life that you have. And do you really want to waste it on doing what your parents said you should do? Or doing what society said you should do? Or loving somebody because society said you should love them and not someone else? The only thing you gotta worry about is if you're hurting other people. Not like emotionally, like your parents like, oh my God, you're bringing, no, like actually physically, like hurting somebody. Like you shouldn't be killing people. I think that's a universal no. Can't we? I think we can all agree that one is very hard no. Maybe a psychopath wouldn't, but that's neither here nor there. Good for you. So start that podcast. So start that YouTube. So start that baking company. So start that crocheting needle company. I don't know. Whatever dream you have in your mind, or like, anything is possible. If you really put your mind to it, anything is possible. You can do anything that you put your mind to. You can be anything that you put your mind to. You have the power. Your mind is so powerful. I don't think people really understand that. You can manifest any life that you want, or any life that you don't want. Okay? Your mental space shows with what you're surrounded by, and what okay? So we gotta strengthen this. We gotta strengthen the mind. But I think the first step is just embracing all parts of you, loving all parts of you, and believing in yourself, believing that you can do it, believing that you can. Because that's all that matters. If no one else believes in you, you believe in you. And that's all you need. That's all really you ever needed, is for you to believe in you. That's all you need. So go start it. Why the fuck not? Go start that shit. Start the shit you wanted to start. Start it. Do it. You want to post feed pics and send them to random weird men? Do it. I ain't mad at you. I would have done it too, but I got frog legs. I said frog legs. I got frog feet. So I don't think it will really work out for me. But honey, if I wanted to, if I really wanted to, best believe now I'm gonna go do it. Because I am finally doing things for me and not for other people, or other people's approval, or other people's satisfaction, or even other people's comfortability. I'm doing it for me. This is you season. This is me season. Let's say it together. This is me season. I'm doing what I want to do. Period. Point blank. That's what we doing. All 2023. All 2023. That's what we're doing. We're saying, why the fuck not? When you have a question in your head like, ooh, I kind of want to do this, and you try to talk yourself out of it, you need to say, why the fuck not? Why the fuck not? Ask yourself the question, why the fuck not? Why not? Ask yourself. And if you really, really, really can't come up with a good answer, if you really can't come up with a good answer for why you shouldn't do what you really wanted to do, then do it. And do it, and do it, and do it well. Do it. You'll feel great after, I promise. When you stop caring about what other people think and what other people think about you. When you stop being so scared. When you stop caring, you're truly set free. You'll finally be free to be the best butterfly that a caterpillar could ever dream of. The best one. You spread your wings, honey. You spread your wings, honey. And you fly. Okay. I'm done. I think that was a good first episode I think that was a good first episode. Yeah. I think I was kind of all over the place, but hey, whatever. Thank you for tuning in to my podcast. This is the first episode of She Talks a Lot. That's good. I think that was good. What you think? I think that was good. I think I look good. Fuck it up, girl. Fuck it up. 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 Why not? Fuck that shit up, girl. And if you want to see my beautiful face, you can go and see it on YouTube, because I'm going to have the video portion of the podcast on YouTube. So if you want to see a bad bitch in action, head on over.